Crazy Nakamura has shown perhaps the best improvement in a chess variant I've ever seen. He went from losing with a score of 4 out of 9 in a field of weaker opponents last month in the previous Fischer Random / Chess 960 tournament he participated in, to now competing for the World Championship title and winning the first game of the match. So, the way this game works, right, you have the random pieces in the back, and that throws opening theory out the window. So what Nakamura has learned to do so well, literally just in the last month, is to come up with a vision for where the pieces should go on the board and how to get them working harmoniously so you can crush your opponent. So let's take a look at his game, and he demonstrates this beautifully. The advantage white gains from going first comes from their ability to choose the direction the game goes in. For example, on the first move, they can choose between e4 or d4. White uses their knowledge of which directions are beneficial to force an advantage. White loses their advantage in Chess 960 and Fischer Random because they no longer know which of the forcing choices that they can make is best. When it's Black's turn, they can see what White did already, but because they haven't taken their turn yet, they can do a better job planning than White can when White moves. Here, on White's move 17, is where Ian starts to fall apart and where Hikaru really, like an expert, takes a small advantage and then grows it. So White should move their pawn to e5 and attack Black's bishop. That's oftentimes when you get in this kind of position where Black is pushing their pawn down to attack, say, your knight, you're like, well, I'm going to push my pawn up and attack your bishop rather than immediately defend my knight. Unfortunately, Ian retreats with the knight, and, knight retreat moves can be very strong, but they're usually very difficult to see. A lot of times, even grandmasters will miss them. I guess Ian thought he wasn't missing it this time. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best move. So then, Hikaru starts wrangling the pieces around him, and Ian messes it up. So only now, on move 20, is he finally pushing the pawn to e5, but it's a bit too late because now he can no longer defend the pawn after pushing it there, and we'll see he loses the pawn soon.
I'm alive.
Unfortunately, with only 3 minutes on the clock and 2 more moves until he reaches time control, Ian drops a piece here by mistake. He misses the fact that Hikaru can move his queen and defend literally everything. Check the white king, defend. You'll see it. So let's play ahead to that. So first, Black takes White's knight. Then, it's recaptured. Then Black takes the bishop. White goes for the rook, but then all of a sudden you have this queen g5, and boom. All of a sudden White is just down a complete piece. Alright, this is a good moment to see if you can play like Hikaru Nakamura. Pause the video and think, what should you play? You have a forced checkmate line that starts by capturing material, and then once you capture the material, then you continue to mate them with your material advantage. But first you have to capture material. Your turn. Where do you move? What piece to what square? Alright, did you get it? You move your pawn from g7 to g6 and attack White's queen. Obviously, White will want to protect the queen by moving it. However, the problem is the queen has to guard the pawn on e4, because if you stop guarding that pawn, then Black's queen can take on e4, check your king, and then capture your rook, which is undefended. Maybe if the queen could move somewhere to keep the rook under guard, then you could abandon protection of the e4 pawn. But unfortunately, there's nowhere the white queen can move where she'll stay protecting the rook, and there's nowhere she can move where she'll stay protecting the pawn. So you're going to lose a rook, and then you're going to lose the game. I'm thirsty for your subscription. My channel's only 2 days old. Hey, thanks for watching. My name's Miro. I just created the YouTube channel today. So like, share, comment, all of that is much appreciated, of course. Thank you. Bye.